Previously on Billy G Saves the Wild. Could be a two-way defenseman. Elite low, last pick of the draft. Wow, what a draft pick. What a draft. And just overall, we had 11 draft picks that draft, and we had a lot of good potentials in that one. That is for sure the best draft I've ever done. And he signs. Okay, we got Matt Boldy for 10 mil. For 7 more years. Holy shit, that is a payday. Marco Rossi for a pretty decent defenseman. There goes Marco Rossi. We trade him to the Rangers. And Foligno signs. There we go. Palmieri signs. And Blichfeld signs. And William Wallander accepts that 2 years at 2 mil. Alright, so that pretty much shores up this lineup here.
You guys know what this is all about, right? Right? What's it all about? Spurgey? That. This is about winning.
Alright, welcome back. It is the start of year 6, 2026. Since it's the 6th year that we're playing this franchise mode, I've been doing 4 videos per year, and I think I'm going to drop it down to 3 videos. So I'm going to do a regular season video, so I'm just going to plow through the whole regular season. Then I'll do playoffs in a different video, and then off-season in a different video. Each year is going to have 3 videos, is what I have decided, just to get through this a little bit quicker. So instead of like stopping by the trade deadline, we're just going to go all the way to the end of the regular season. Just so we can get through some years a little bit quicker, since we are 6 years into this now. But yeah, so 2026, we're coming off of a President's Trophy regular season. We're coming off of back-to-back Stanley Cups. And who says we can't get 3? So that's the goal. Let's look at some lines. As always, we have our +5 with Kaprizov, Bedard, and Perfetti. I made the decision that we're going to put Bedard at center just to see if he can develop more than an 87, because he's been stuck at an 87 for 2 years now, and he was playing right wing, so I think that might have something to do with it. Also, what might have to do with that is his physical. He's not a small guy, but he's not a big guy either, so his physical stats, and if you go under his skating, his balance and endurance aren't going up for some reason. So hopefully being at center can help him develop, because that is his true position. And then his shooting isn't bad, but he is a sniper, and he's more of a playmaker, his stats anyways. So hopefully his shooting, his physical stats, and his balance and endurance can go up a little bit, and hopefully that will make him into the mid-90s, because that's what a franchise player normally is. So hopefully that move to center will help him develop more. Perfetti does have the 90 face-off, so it kind of sucks not having him taking the draws, but for things like special teams, we do have Perfetti at center instead of Bedard. But I want to get Bedard some 5-on-5 play at center. See if that helps him develop. And then our second line with a +2, we got Matt Boldy at a 91 overall, Kotkaniemi at a 90 overall, and Owen Tippett at a 90 overall. So we basically have 2 first lines. Our second line is actually better than our first line stat-wise. but our first line does get the +5. Two unbelievably good first two lines. And then our third line is they don't get any pluses because we have Beckman, who doesn't mind the third line, but he doesn't absolutely love it. He likes more the second line. So we got Beckman, Kovanov, who doesn't really like any lines except the first line, so that's why we don't get a plus for there. And then we got Hartman at right wing, who does like the third line, but one player that likes the line overall isn't going to get any pluses. So that's our third line. We'll see how they do. I'm maybe thinking about trading Kovanov because he doesn't fit very well. But Beckman, if we remember, has a really long contract at under $1 million, so that's a guy that we can keep because he's so cheap. And he can stay on that third line for 6 more years. So that's the plan with Beckman. And then our fourth line gets a +1. We got Foligno, Trenin, and Blickfield, who doesn't fit on the fourth line, but he is an 82 overall. And he is in instead of Palmieri and instead of Poling, this guy, who aren't as good as him. So our bottom 6 is definitely not as good as it was last year or the last 2 years. Mainly because we don't have Rossi on that third line center. We're a little top heavy, but that's all right. Our first 2 lines are going to carry us for sure. And then our defense, we got Lambos and Pionk at a +2. Then we got Dumba and Wallinger at a +1 on the second pair. And then we got Brodin and Addison at a even. And Brodin is declining very fast because he doesn't get very many points, so that the game thinks he's not playing good, I guess. But if you look at Brodin's +-, he always has a good +-. Like, he was a +31 last year, and he only had 11 points. Yeah, so look at all those plus minus, good + seasons for Brodin. But for whatever reason, this game, if you don't get points, you don't develop and you don't keep your potential. So Brodin is at a 7th D, which sucks because we have this year and next year at him at a $6 million contract. So that's a little tough for Brodin. And then Addison dropped to a top 6D, and he has 5 years left at $1 million. So that's not terrible because he has a really cheap contract, so that's fine. An offensive defenseman on the last pair, not getting very much ice time, and he is also not on the power play right now because we have Lambos who can get a +5 with basically any D partner with him. So we're going to put Dumba there. And then we got Pionk, who is an 86 offensive defenseman. So if Pionk gets hurt, then we could put Addison in there and still get that +2 on the power play. But for now, I have Adam Beckman on the other side defense because he is 83 overall. So Addison is kind of getting the short stick on the power play, but he's just not good enough to be on it. So yeah, but we do have a +5 with our first line, Dumba and Lambos, and then a +2 with our second line, Pionk and Beckman. And then 4-man, we get a +5, and then the second unit is even. Power play, we have an even and then a +2. I tried to get some bottom 6 players on our power play, like Foligno, Trennan, Hartman, and Blitchfield, just so they get some more playing time. And then 3-man, we get a -1 and then an even. Our 4-on-4 lines look like this. We got Perfetti at center instead of Bedard. And then we got basically our first line plus Dumba. And then our second line plus Pionk on the second. And then 4-on-4 continued is basically our third line plus Lambos. And then 3-on-3 we got Connor Bedard, Kaprizov, Dumba. Then we got Perfetti, Boldy, Pionk. And then we got Kotkaniemi, Lambos, and then Tippett. And then extra attackers, we're going Kaprizov and then Boldy. Shootout, we're going Bedard, Kaprizov, Perfetti, Boldy, and Kotkaniemi. Goalies, we're going to ride Wallstedt, and then Capo is our backup. And then our scratch players are Poling, Bowie, and Palmieri. Alright, so that's the squad this year. We're definitely going to be carried by our first 2 lines. But it's better than being carried by only 1 line. We do have two of the best lines in hockey. So that's what our strength is. I was thinking for that bottom 6, I'll go to my player search and show you guys what we're doing. Go to our watch list. Okay. So guys like this guy, Zybek. He is a top 6, 83 overall. I'm scouting him right now because I want to know if he will fit on that bottom 6 better than Kovanov and that other guy on the 4th line right wing. So we have a couple spots on our bottom 6 that I'm trying to fill in with better scheme fits. So that's what I'm scouting with this guy and also this guy. This guy is very physical. He's a power forward. And we are just waiting for our pro scouts to give us the report on them. So that's what we're waiting on for those guys. And then I saw a free agent that I actually wanted to sign. Drozg. I don't know how the fuck to say this, but I think Jan Drozg. He is very physical and he can skate really well. And he is a 2-way 79 overall. So I'm going to sign this guy right away because we have a contract space, I believe. And we'll give him 1 year just because we don't know how he fits. But there is another guy. We'll see if he signs. And we'll see if he can fit on the bottom 6. So we're going to advance a couple days, see if this guy signs with us. He should. Alright, I am extremely happy to accept your offer. Alright, so he signs. Now I'm going to bring him up right away and see what he looks like on these lines. So let's send down, just for now, Poling. And then we'll bring him up just to see what he looks like. And okay, so guys like Kovanov and Blitchfield are my guys that don't fit on my bottom 6. So let's see if this guy can fit. He doesn't. Damn. He's not terrible, but he doesn't. Yeah, okay. So he didn't work, but he can play AHL. That's fine. That was a shot in the dark, but that's all right. So we'll put Blitchfield back. And then we'll swap those guys out right away because he can't play center, right? No. So we'll bring back Poling because he has a pretty decent face-off. So he'll be our extra center. And then Palmieri will be our extra winger. So that was a shot in the dark. It didn't work, but that's all right. He was cheap. Let me double check our captains because if you remember last year, we gave the C to Brodeen. Yeah, okay, so we need to give the C back to Dumba. And then it has Tippett as an alternate. We're going to give it back to Lino. Let's actually look at morale. See if we have any other. Okay, so Trennan actually has good leadership, but we'll keep it the way it is. So we have Dumba as the captain, Lambos as an alternate, and then Foligno as an alternate. Alright, before we start simming, let's view contracts. See if we can do any extensions. See if we want to do any extensions. Okay, Trennan. So I actually do want to extend Trennan because he fits on that bottom six. And he has a good face-off. So I would actually like to extend him. So what does he want? He wants 1 year. He wants 1 year at 825. He's 29 right now. Let's give him 2 years at 850. Just a cheap guy. Fits well in the scheme, so we'll extend him. And then Poling doesn't want one. Is there anyone important that we don't have signed long term? Litchfield won't be on this team next year. Palmieri probably won't because he's just getting older, and he's probably not going to play much this year unless there's injuries. Poling doesn't want one. Bowie, maybe. He's getting a little older for his role. Trennan, we extended, hopefully. Kovanov. I kind of want to trade Kovanov, but we will see what our scouts say about those players that we're scouting right now. And that is it for the main roster in the system. Let's sort by potential, actually. Okay, so we got an elite low that wants an extension. He will be a UFA after 3 years, so let's keep him on RFA for 2 more years at 800. So offer that. A top 6 forward, Dadnoff wants an extension. Same thing, he'll be a UFA after 3 years, so let's give him a 2-year, keep him at a RFA, give him 800. I don't mind that. Top 6 low, 74 overall, 22 years old. All right, this guy's gonna be UFA after two years, but he stays the same amount, so I'm gonna try to get him a 3-year deal. Let's bump him up to 8.5, just to sweeten the pot a little bit. So 3-year, 8.5 for him. A top 9. He was 76 overall, 22 years old. Power forward. Wants an extension. He's an RFA after 2 years, or after 3 years. So let's keep him in RFA and give him 800. Another top 9, but he's not very good overall wise, and he's a little bit older, so I'm not going to sign him. Ladina didn't fit on our NHL bottom 6, so I'll probably let him walk. Hunt, top 6 defenseman, medium. He's a little older, not as great, so we'll leave him. I can't remember if Duhaime fits on our lines. I don't think he does. That's why I haven't had him up. So I'm actually not going to sign Duhaime. And those guys we're not going to sign. Okay, so those are the extensions. Let's sim a couple more days. All right, Dadnoff signs. Ganilla signs. Trenin signs. Pettinen signs. Matthews signs. And I think that's everybody. Okay, so those are some extensions right away. And now let's get into some simming. So I think I'm going to sim. Let's get the preseason done with. Let's sim to like the 13th. 4-2 loss in preseason. $7-0 win. 3-1 win. 3-2 shootout win. 3-2 loss. Ryan Hartman is fully healed. Continue. Didn't even tell me that he got hurt. 2-1 loss. 3-2 win. Okay, I'm going to check the settings. I think they still are on my playoff settings. So, all right. Injury return warning. We're going to go to playable. Or no, fully healed. And then auto rotate goalies turn back on. All right. Now we're ready to sim. And honestly, I was simming 10 games at a time in previous videos, but I think I'm just going to go month by month now so we can get through this regular season pretty quick. So we're just going to sim to the first, and then obviously we'll stop if we have injuries, but we're going to sim pretty quick. All right, first game we have a loss, 3-2. We'll see if we have a cup hangover. We have another loss, 3-2. Looks like we kind of have a cup hangover. 5-2 loss. We definitely have a cup hangover. 4-1 win. Okay, there we go. 3-2 loss. 5-4 win. Did that say Seattle fired their head coach or some shit? 9-2 win against the Flames. 4-1 loss against the Oilers. All right, so definitely a little bit of a cup hangover. 3-5 to start. Let's see what's happening here. Team stats. All right. So we've played 8 games. Goals for 3.38. Goals against 3.13. So our goals for isn't terrible. It isn't as good as we have been, but over 3 I'm fine with. Our goals against is bad at 3.13, so we're getting scored on too much right now. Our power play is at 15%, which is, I don't know, not as good as we normally are. Penalty kill 73, so not that great. So we're getting scored on too much 5-on-5, and then our special teams aren't great right now. But we are just 8 games in. All right, so Kaprizov, Perfetti, and Bedard all have 11 points. Our second line isn't doing that great. Beckman's got 5 assists. in 8 games. It's pretty good. All right, so our second line hasn't been doing that great, which is crazy because last year they were unreal. But only 8 games, so let's keep simming. This should even out. So we'll sim another month. At home against the Coyotes. Matt Dumba has something to talk about. I'm not happy with the team's performance. We'll persuade. Trust the process. Alright. Guess we'll disagree with our captain, Matt Dumba. He wants the best. He wants to win. A winless Coyotes. We win in a shootout. Blues at home. 4-2 win. Alright. O'Rourke's been injured in the AHL. We'll go best lines. 5-0 loss against the Hurricanes. Dallas is a shootout loss. Oilers 5-1 win. Flames 2-1 loss. Canucks 6-2 win. Canucks again. 3-2 shootout win. LA 4-2 loss. Islanders 4-3 loss. 3-1 win against the Ducks. Blackhawks 4-3 win. Seattle 5-1 win. Lambos is fully healed. Didn't even tell me he was hurt, so it must have been minor. And a 6-4 win in Nashville. All right, so we're above 500 at 12-9-1. Let's see how we're doing now. Oh my God, Tippett is having another good year. So that tells me our second line's picking it up a little bit. All right, so now. All right, goals for is over 3. Goals against is under 3. Good. Power play is a little bit better than it was at 18%. Penalty kill is a little bit better than it was at 78. And we're 7-3 in the last 10. So we're getting out of it a little bit. Just had a little bit of a playoff hangover. Tippett, Boldy, Kaprizov, Kotkaniemi, Perfetti, Bedard with 17, 22. I'm going to keep an eye on Bedard, see if his overalls go up throughout the year. Beckman with 13 points in 22 games. Kovanov with 9 points. All right, let's look at plus minus. Is anyone doing really bad? Lambos is a -3. Trennan -2. Blickfield -1. Flino -1. So not terrible. Dumba +13. Wallander +13. I really like this Wallander trade that we got from Rossi. So we got Wallander and I want to say like a third and a fourth from, who was he playing? Rangers? Yeah. So he hasn't got much opportunity the last 2 years with the Rangers. And now with us, he's going to be on that second pair and then on that penalty kill. So that's a little bit more playing time for him. So hopefully he develops more. And he is a very physical player. So that's maybe a good player for us because we don't have very many physical defensemen other than maybe Dumba and a little bit Lambos, I think. Hopefully that guy develops into a pretty good player for us 5-on-5 and penalty kill wise. All right, let's keep simming another month. Iowa player. We'll do best lines. O'Rourke. Best lines. Capitals. Decline that trade. Capitals are not doing great, and we lose 4-3. It's not good. Connor Bedard has been injured with a sprained ankle. I'm going to put Beckman on that first line. He only gets a +1, but he's playing with better players, so hopefully he can get some points with those guys. And then we'll put Palmieri in. Play him fourth line. Gets that +2. And then Blitchfield will be on that third line. So we don't get that +5 anymore. And we'll go Beckman. And then we'll put Addison, how about, on that second unit. Beckman on that 4-man power play. 4-on-4. Blitchfield on the third 4-on-4. And we'll go Perfetti, Kokniemi, and we'll go Kovanov on that third 3-on-3. And then we'll put Tippett on the shootout. He can be first, I don't mind that. There we are. 3-1 win against the Canadiens. 4-3 shootout win against the Flyers. Connor Bedard is fully healed. Alright, so Beckman can go back down. Third line. Litchfield can go back down to the fourth line. Palmieri can come out. Put Bedard back at center and undo everything that we just did. So Beckman goes back to the second unit. And in goes Bedard. Four-man. Beckman out for Bedard. 4-on-4. Beckman out for Bedard. Second unit is good. We'll take Blitchfield out for Beckman. Three on three. Kovanov out for Bedard. And shootout. We'll do Tippett out for Bedard. There we are. All right. Keep on simming. Keep on simming. 4-3 win. AHL best lines. How's Tampa this year? We beat them 4-3. Didn't show me their record. Rangers, where Rossi's playing. We lose 4-3. Rossi gets the last laugh. Alright. HL best lines. Dallas, 6-4 win. Avs, 3-2 loss. Coyotes, 2-1 OT win. Blackhawks are doing all right this year, 7-5 win. St. Louis, 5-1 win. All right, so now we're 20-13-1. Check some stats again. Matt Boldy's leading the team in points after his big payday. All right, we're third in the division. 7 points out from first. Goals for 3.44, which is good. Goals against 2.91, which is getting a little high, but still under 3. Power play 17%, not that good. Penalty kill 80%, not terrible. Last 10 we're 7-3, so we're still playing pretty good. Boldy leads the team with 38 points in 34 games, scoring a lot of goals. Perfetti with 33, Kaprizov with 29, Tippett with 29, Kotkaniemi with 29, Beckman with 25, Bedard not that great with 23 in 31 games. Dumba's having a good year again with 17 points. Kovanov with 14, Hartman with 13, Lambos with 12, Blitchfield with 11, Pionk with only 9 points, which kind of sucks. He's on that second unit power play. Foligno with 8, Wallander with 8, but he's a plus 16. So Wallander probably won't get very many points, but I want him to have a good plus minus. So that's pretty good. Trennan with 8, Addison with 6, and Brodin with only 4. And he's a 79 now. Keeps on declining. How much ice time are these guys getting? So Addison's getting almost 13. Brodin's getting almost 15. Palmieri, how many games has he played? Palmieri's played 3. He has 1 point, minus 1. Alright, so we're playing all right. It's January 1st right now. So let's sim to next month. At Seattle. Seattle is terrible. 7-3 win. Anaheim 5-4 win. Preds 5-3 win. 7-1 win. All right, we're going on a little streak here. HL best lines. 3-2 win. Vegas was bad. Chicago 5-3 win. There we go. We're having a good month of January here. 4-0 loss against the Leafs. I wonder how the Leafs doing. They didn't show us the record. Pionk is injured with a bruised hand. We'll put Addison on that first. Because, yeah, Dumba and... actually, what happens if we do this? Be even. Wallander's getting over 20. Dumba's getting almost 22. Lambos is getting 26. Addison's only getting 13. So Bowie can go in. So should we go evens or should we go... That gets a +1. We can't go Lambos and Dumba because he gets a minus. Let's get Dumba and Wallander more ice time. And Addison is going to get more ice time. And Lambos is going to get a little bit less. But he's still on that first unit power play. And then we'll get Addison on the second unit power play. So we only get a +1 there? Why? I feel like we should get a +2 there. It's bullshit. Put him on the second. 4-on-4. Okay, Bowie will come out and we'll move Lambos up. And then we'll put Addison on the third 4-on-4. On 3, we'll do Lambos up. Bowie out for Addison. There we are. That should be good. A bruised hand. Ooh, he might only lose one game here. Look at this. I think it might be the All-Star break here. In New Jersey. Hunter Jones. We'll do best lines. What just happened? Neil Pionk is already healed. I think it just fast forwarded a shit ton, so I didn't get to look at those games. So now we'll go Lambos. Addison back down, Dumba back down, Bowie out for Pionk. Special teams, get Addison out. For Pionk. So now we get that +2. Addison out for Pionk. Okay, then 4-on-4, we'll drop Lambos down again. Addison will come out for Lambos. 3-on-3. Lambos will go down. Addison will come out for Pionk. All right, should be good. Connor Dewar's injured in the AHL. We'll do best lines. Connor Dewar also didn't work on our bottom 6, so that's why he's not up. Walsh, AHL best lines. We will decline that trade. Connor Dewar fully healed, best lines. What is happening right now? Okay, where were we? All right, so the Leafs are having a really good year again, 38-12. So, did we see the Red Wing? I don't remember where we were, but we've got a 3-1 win against the Red Wings, 2-1 win against the Canucks, 2-1 loss against the Rangers. Rangers are having a pretty decent year. Rossi's getting another laugh. 3-2 win, shootout win. 8-1 win against the Senators. And the Senators are having an alright year. OT loss against the Islanders. 5-4 shootout win against Bruins. 2-1 OT loss against the Kings. 2-1 win against the Stars. Alright. So now we are 32-15-3. Alright, let's look at some stats. And I wonder if the scouting is done for those players yet. It didn't say anything. Unless I skip through it real fast and didn't see it. Alright, we're second in the division. 1 point out from Winnipeg in first. So Winnipeg us and Blues are kind of all battling for that number one. Three pretty good teams. Then a little bit of a drop off to Dallas, Avalanche, Blackhawks, Predators, and then Coyotes are bad again. All right. Goals for 3.48, good. Goals against 2.72, which is good. That went down a little bit. Our power play is still staying at under 20. So our power play is definitely not as good as it was last year. Our power play got better at 85% now. Our last 10 were 6-2-2. So we're still playing pretty good. All right, Matt Boldy is leading the team with 49. Perfetti with 48. Kaprizov with 47. Tippett with 44. Kotkaniemi with 42. Bedard only with 37 in 47 games. He's still an 87 overall. Beckman with 35 points on that third line, so that's a pretty good production from a third line guy. He's only getting 13 minutes and 20 seconds a game. 7 power play points. Beckman's grinded his way through the AHL. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in the AHL. He got 4 games last year. He had 4 points, so that's pretty good. And then he did get into that playoff 2 years ago. Our first cup win. He was in that last series, I think, if I remember right. Beckman's first game was actually a playoff game. Kovanov with 25 points. That's all right for that third line. Dumbo with 25. He's cooled off a little bit, but 25 and 50 isn't bad for a defenseman. Lambos with 18. Hartman 17. Blitchfield 16. Trennan 13. Foligno 12. Neil Pionk isn't getting very many points on 5-on-5 or that second unit power play, so that kind of sucks. But he's making Lambos better with that +2 5-on-5, so that's why he is here. Wallander with 11, but he's a +29, so that's really good. Addison with 10. Brodin with 7. Palmieri with 1. Bowie with 1 in 4 games. How's our goalies doing? Alright, Wallstedt's played 39 games. He's got 24 wins, 11 losses. Save percentage is .912. Goals against 267. So that's just where we need him. We don't need him to be any better than that, really. Capo, 14 games, 8 wins. Save percentage of .900. Goals against 2.69. So not as good stats for Capo, but that's fine. Still 8-4. A little over a month until the trade deadline. Oh wait, let's look at the pinned players. Zybeck. Lines scouted on offensive line 3, power play 2, penalty kill 2. Fits on the following lines based on Coach William Hutchings' scheme. Penalty kill line 1. I wish it would say 5-on-5. Why is this guy not scouted? Did I not do him? Thought I did. Alright, I'm going to take a shot on these guys. Just to see. Just to do something. Alright, so let's trade. Let's trade Connor Dewar for Ostap Cuck? For Cuck. Okay, that's what we're calling him. We're calling him Cuck. Dewar for Cuck. Probably won't go through, so let's add a pick here. We'll just start at 7 and make our way until this works. Alright, so not a 7th. How about a 6th? Not a 6th. How about a 5th? Not a 5th. How about a 3rd? Alright. So Connor Dewar and a 4th go for Cuck. I want to see what he looks like right away. Alright, let's see what he fits under. What was he, left wing? Chuck, not Cuck. Chuck. Do you fit anywhere? You don't, son of a bitch! So we'll put Blitchfield back in. Nybeck. See if we can get this trade done. He has a little bit more trade value, so let's go Kovanov and 3rd. That might go through. He's a top 6 player, so let's see. Kovanov and a 3rd for Nybeck. Rejected. Okay, let's just keep that 3rd and do the both Rangers picks. So a 3rd and a 4th. There we go. So we'll put Hartman at center and Nybeck at wing. He doesn't really fit anywhere. He does fit on the 3rd line more than anything else, but still not great. I'm trying to get a better plus on that 3rd line, but we just can't find the right players. But his physical stats are unbelievable. He's got 96 durability, 90 aggressive, 90 body checking, 90 durability, 78 fighting, 96 strength. And he's a decent skater, so he'll be hitting everything he sees. Alright, well, 2 strikeouts. Let's keep going. He's still going to be playing, though. Alright, a little mid-season shake-up here. Alright, this video is getting pretty long, actually. So, maybe there's a reason I was doing a year and 4 videos. So, I think I'm going to do that again. We're going to scratch the 3 videos a year thing. We're going to stop at the trade deadline, but let's sim another month. Addison Bowie's been injured. Why is he in the Iowa? Why is he in Iowa? Hold on. 4-3 win in New Jersey. And now he's injured, so I can't bring him up. So, I guess we'll just keep 6 for now. But we have too many forwards right now. So I'll send down Chuck. There. Now we only have 2 scratch forwards. And we don't have a defenseman right now, so we'll have to wait till Bowie is healed. But we have the All-Star break right now, I think, so we should be fine. So let's sim to the 9th, see if Bowie's back by then. Okay, multiple players are back. Actually, let's bring up Honka. Bowie will get some more playing time in the AHL then. So we'll go best lines AHL. And Honka can be our scratched defenseman. Keep on simming. At Arizona. 3-2 loss. Can't be losing to the Coyotes. At Winnipeg. 4-3 win. At Nashville, 6-4 win. Versus Buffalo at home, 6-2 win. We will decline that trade. Home against the Coyotes, there we go, 5-0 win. Home against the Blue Jackets, 6-4 loss. William Wallander has been injured with a pulled groin. All right, so Brodin will go up. And Honka will come in. No, he gets a minus. Why do you do a minus? All right, I don't like Honka. We're going to have to do... Stop simming. Going to have to do Bowie. 6-2 win in Florida. Bowie back in. He fits perfectly on that third pair, so that works out. Back to it. Best lines in the AHL. All right, we got 3 more games this month. Sim those. At Washington. 2-0 win. Marcus Foligno's been injured with an injured neck. All right, so Paul Mary will go in there. He can play what Foligno was playing. That's fine. Zybeck, 4 points in 10 games with us. No goals yet. Not playing as much for us. We should probably check if he's on the penalty kill, actually. He's not. Okay, Palmieri's going to come out, and Zybeck's going to play penalty kill. And he gets a +1. There we go. At Carolina, 2-1 win. And 4-3 win at Dallas. All right, so just like that, we're 41, 17, and 3. Having another good year. All right, so let's do entire league and look at some stats here. All right, so we're second in the league, second to the Toronto Maple Leafs with 92 points. We're at 85. So, just like the past 2 years, Toronto and the Wild right at the top of the league. Toronto's having a really good year, 46 and 14. We're 41, 17, and 3. Goals for 3.59. Goals against 2.67. So those two are really good. I like those. Power play is been hovering just below 20%, which last year we were like damn near 30%, I want to say, or something like that. So our power play is definitely not as good this year, which is weird because it's the exact same players. Penalty kill keeps going up, so that's good at 86. And last 10 we're 8-2. So after a little bit of a stumble at the beginning, we're right back to being at the top of the league. Matt Boldy still leading the team. He's got 66 points. Tippett's got 60. Perfetti's got 60. Kaprizov's got 57. Kotkaniemi with 54. Bedard is a little not doing as good. He's got 46. He's still a +22. The power play points aren't as... he's not getting as many power play points. Then Beckman at 43. I'm really happy with Beckman on that third line. The new acquire, Zybeck, got 32 right now. Dumba is at 30. Lambos 23. So Lambos is on track to hopefully finish above his best year at 27 points. Got 23 right now. Only a +8 compared to last year was a +38. But as long as he keeps getting a little more points every year, I'll be happy with Lambos. Hartman's got 20. Blitchfield's got 19. Pionk only was 17, which I don't know why. He's got good passing, good offensive awareness. He's got a decent shot. Good skating. His physical is all right, and he's got good defense. So I don't know why Neil Pionk doesn't get more power play points or 5-on-5 points. Power play is just struggling a little bit. Foligno with 15. Trennan with 15. Wallander with 12. Addison with 12. Brodin with 10. Palmieri with 2 and 4 points. 2 and 4 games. Bowie with 2 and 7 games. And Wallstedt's played 46 games, got 29 wins, 13 losses, 3 OT losses. Saves percentage and goals against have gotten worse a little bit. Now Capo's got better stats than Wallstedt, but we're still gonna ride Wallstedt. He is our future guy. He's got that 4-year contract, or he's got 3 years left or something like that. That's where we'll end. Actually, let's look at some contract extensions right away. This video is getting a little long. I wanted to get through the whole year, but I don't know. I must have just ended up not being as fast. I thought I could go faster, but I guess not. All right, Blitchfield wants an extension. We're not going to sign him. Bowie wants an extension. I actually might extend Bowie because he fits good on the last pairs. He's a top 6D. Actually, we'll just wait for the offseason for him. But I kind of do want him to come back next year for that 7th D spot. Palmieri doesn't want one. Poling doesn't want one. That's fine. Palmieri hasn't played much, but he's getting older. So, all right. So we don't need any extensions, and that'll do it, I think. So Matt Boldy's still putting up points after that paycheck, which is good. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to stay on this 4 videos per year schedule, or if I should try harder to get through the regular season all in one video. I tried to do that, but it just took too long. Maybe I can try to go even faster. I'm not sure. All right, that'll do it for this video. Thank you for watching. As always, peace out, go wild. If you've watched this whole series and you're not subscribed yet, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, leave suggestions. I'm trying to get some more engagement in these videos. But yeah, thank you for watching. Go wild. Have a good one. 2 outros.
Perfect.